Hello friends, my name is RagePanda1 and we're back on Bloodline. We're gonna do a little mocking of goat games because that's cathartic, right? We're gonna talk about some of the ads that they've been doing. Now before we get into that, a lot of people wanted me to talk about the server merges and perhaps the re-release of the Samir. It's the same old complaints that I would say in any other instance, so I don't think I have much to add there. However, with the server merges, I will say everybody was begging for them and they were never gonna be perfect. Yes, they should have waited in between events, of course. I have no idea why they wouldn't have done that, but everybody wanted them and they were never going to be clean. So I don't know how mad we can really be about that. It just, if you expected them to do it well, then you were mistaken because they're not going to do that. But let's not focus on the negativity. Let's focus on making fun of some people because that's the way that you could have fun, right? That's what good people do. Okay, well maybe we're not being good people, but that's okay. Now I talked about false advertisement in my my content nuke video where I really laid into goat games. And let's just look at what we got here. Let's take a look at what we actually have. For one, we got this little fox mage. Now, one thing that you're going to notice about these ads that is a recurring theme is that, don't you wish that existed in the game? Isn't it adorable? Don't you want to play it? I do. I really want to play it. But you don't get to. And the art is not even the same style as the art that you get in the game. And that is because Goat Games doesn't make these ads. They outsourced it to people who have no idea what the game is. See, there's a trend in Chinese phone games where they have literally basically the same game. Like Eternal Evolution, AFK Arena, all of these games are basically the same game. And they have the same sort of setup. I mean, they all even have multi-summons that cost 2,700 diamonds. So they're all basically already pre-coded and people just load in new assets, and that's why if you play a bunch of those games, they feel exactly the same. Now, in a lot of those games, people have 4 abilities, and so you'll see on the side here of this canned ad that just happens to have the word Bloodline sprayed over the top of it, it also has 4 abilities, but in Bloodline, we only have 3 abilities. We don't get 4 of them, so that's weird and a little misleading on the ad. And of course, at the bottom of this ad, we have ourselves a little gift code, and the gift code is a real code. It really is real. And it also really does not come with the stuff that it says. Why don't they just put the right items? I don't understand. At least that part they should be able to get right. So, I mean, that's going to be a theme that you're noticing from here on out. They keep doing the same stuff. They put the 4 abilities on the side. They put a creature in the game, always a furry, that's not actually in the game. And then they occasionally have codes that work. The codes work, but they don't give you those items. So after the Fox Mage, I want to take a quick look at my favorite guy, the Bunny Warrior. Isn't he adorable? He's even got armored holsters for his ears, and you really gotta love that. You really gotta love that. And here it says, recruit badass champions and get ready to awaken your bloodline. I mean, they're hitting keywords there, but that doesn't really mean anything, does it? And of course, this character that they're advertising has almost maximum stats in every possible way, except that that's not how we measure stats in this game at all. And then it says for free here, as if to indicate that you're going to get this champion for free, but you can't get this champion forever because it doesn't exist. Much like the Easter Bunny, it is a figment of your imagination, and you are not going to be getting this on your team as much as we all may want to see it. Now, in my Discord, when this came out, we had a little fun talking about what the abilities could be. Hey, it would have been a great thing for them to put into the game, but they have not, so stop advertising it. Now, this is one of the closest ones that we get to being an actual real thing, because this looks a little bit like the Hyrule clan. A little bit, except she's so thick, though. I'm not even a furry, and I might have to get into that one because she's so thick. Can you believe it? Now, of course, it says sign in for 7 days in a row and receive rare champions. And the indication when they put the picture there is that this is one of the rare champions that you're gonna get. Now, I don't even remember if you get rare champions for signing in for 7 days in a row. I thought that they did the 7-day quest where you got the Karg companion. Maybe I miss it. Maybe there's something there where you do that and you get the rare companion. But once again, just blatant false advertising, blatant furry bait. and they're really consistent with the foxes. They really want to advertise foxes, but not the ones that are actually in the game for some reason. Now another one here that I really wish we had. I really want, look at how cute. It's a tiny little mouse. It's just a little mouse, and it's got its little staff, which by the way, looks pretty similar to the staff what's on the guy in the other ad, the fox mage. It's almost like they just put a different furry critter in the same outfit almost. But tell me you don't want this. Tell me you don't want this on your team. I want this on my team for sure. For absolutely sure. Now, we can even look at the little abilities that they have on the side, and I'm here to tell you, those icons for those abilities are the same icons from the little fox guy, what's got the pretty much same staff. And of course, they have the same code with the same things that it's promising that you'll get, but you don't get those. You don't get those. Now, one thing that's really bad about this false advertising is that these are more endearing champions than they even have in the stupid game to begin with. So then you're really selling yourself short. You're coming into the game thinking you got a much more awesome dude. They should just hire the people who are making the ads to make the characters in the game. At that point, now I know, look, it's not Goat Games making this, and in fact, the community manager, he didn't tell me not to make the video. He said, I'm not gonna stop you from making the video, but he did ask me to make it clear that it's not Goat Games doing this, and that is true. Goat Games is not putting these ads together, but they are approving them and letting them go out. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think there's still plenty of fault to be had on Goat Games. Maybe they never even see the ads. I don't know how the business works over there, but this is not acceptable in my country. I don't know where you're from. I don't know what the laws are like where you're from, but this is massively illegal if they were to be doing it and they were based in the United States, which, as it turns out, is where I'm from. Please don't find my house and come look at me while I'm sleeping, because that would that would not be ideal for me. Now, there are some things that are just a little bit closer to the truth, and we have, I think this is on the actual Google Play Store, where they're showing these little iterations of the Bloom Uncounted clan, which is not yet in the game. And of course, it says that you're going to obtain these for free when you join for the limited time event, and you're gonna get it now. Join in the limited time event to win a 3-star Fey champion now. They're not called Fey champions in the game, for one. You don't get one for just logging into the game. You have to actually play the game to get them. So that part of it's not true. And this is them putting it on the Google Play Store. This is when you go and look at Bloodline Heroes of Lithas, this was showing up. And then it says this offer, by the way, I don't know if you're seeing this, it says this offer ends in 4 days. The offer couldn't have possibly been valid because the characters are not even in the game. Even still, they are not in the game. We don't even know what their abilities are because they changed how they're making their YouTube videos, and they only want to show us, the lore behind the characters, probably because they're still messing with abilities and they don't want people like me to get upset with them when they screw it up. So that's their best ad in terms of actually being close to representing the truth. That's the closest thing that I could find to actually being the truth. And it's not. And none of it is actually true. None of it is actually true. Now, in the past, they've had other ads that were much more expensive for them to make. Video ads, of course. And those also were showing like World of Warcraft style gameplay at some point and all sorts of other stuff that just was very misleading. And even back then, I contacted them and said, what are you guys doing? This is not exactly what the game is like. Kind of worried that you're getting off on the wrong foot there. And I guess they just decided to go hard on it and commit. They wanted to fully commit. Now, of course, if we were making a tier list of ads, this would be the SS tier of ads that they have put out. This is literally Lucario. Lucario, if you don't know, is a Pokemon. He's one of those Pokemans, what you get from the Pokemon games. And they named this guy Lucas, of course. Now, of course, he's got his own little icons. At least they only have 3 abilities on this one. They're getting closer to the truth, right? But again, these icons, one of them is recycled from the other ones. So this must be the same ad company that made these. And one thing that's upsetting about them having all of these different ads with all of these different icons is the fact that they can't even make the icons for the actual abilities and traits in the game. What we really want is all of the traits to have their own individual icon, but yet they can pay this ad company to just shoot out a whole bunch of much higher quality icons that are not even in the game. It's kind of gross to me. It's a little bit gross to me. I don't know why they would do that. I don't know why they would pay so many people so many times for so many ads that literally have nothing to do with the game. Look, this Lucario guy's standing in a stadium. You see the stadium with the neon lights in the background? How many times when you were playing Bloodline Heroes of Lithas, did you notice the stadium with all the neon lights behind it? For me, I noticed it exactly 0 times because it's not in the game. And if you did notice it, then I would urge you very strongly to stop doing drugs because they are bad for your health. So that's my advice to you. Now, once again, in this ad, it says that it's a new hero. That is not true. It says you're going to get it for free. That is not true. And that's just the way that they do business. They are blatantly lying to your face and they do not care at all. And of course, I have to mention it again. I'm not going to go find the clip of it because it's a video ad. I might get in trouble for actually playing it because I don't think they're going to appreciate this particular video too much. But they literally have an ad called Bloodline is not pay to win. And if you Google that, you should be able to find it. And then you can have your jaw drop to the floor as you watch them try to convince you that this game is not pay to win. So a lot of people have been asking me if I'm completely done with the game. I feel like I'm fairly done with the game, but I am still going to be making a couple of videos about the things that I do care about. I want to see what the new clan is about. I think that's going to be cool. I want to check them out. When their abilities come out, I'm going to tell you what I think about them. If they're really exciting, I may even do a stream summoning on them and then see how that goes. So there's no promises there, but I am excited about that clan and I want to know about it and I want to share that with you guys. So as it stands right now, that is definitely happening. And after that, I am making no promises at all. Aside from that, I do have somebody who has an account that they are looking to get rid of because they are leaving the game. It's got some good stuff on it and they've got 300 stones with which I am going to summon on the Samir clan and try to hopefully get the companion in those 300 stones. Not sure if it's going to work out or not, but we're going to do that on stream and then we're going to give away the account. And all you got to do to get the account is be at that stream. So I will announce that in my Discord when I'm going to actually be doing it. And if you want to be there for that and you want a chance to get that account, then go ahead and join the Discord so you don't miss the stream. It's so easy. The link is in the description below and I look forward to seeing you there. For now, I want to thank you for watching the video. I have been RagePanda1 and I will see you in the next one.